All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people of freedom all over the world. Wherever you are joining us from today, this is your one and only YouTube platform that only gives you quality news and information on all the activities happening in Biafran territory. Please continue to choose this wonderful YouTube platform for you to get the updated news and information as it is hot. Now, straight to the news, because we go still analyze this matter because critical things they happen for southeastern parts of the country. So, without wasting much of your time, attack on policemen, 15 missing, another body recovered as bandits kills 6 police officers. The news in detail. 15 policemen are still missing following the ambush by suspected Fulani herdsmen at Agadama community in Ugeli North local government area of Delta State. On police team rescued mission of some abducted person in a forest at Bensiga community in Ugeli area of the state. This came as an additional body of a policeman attached to the Force Intelligence Response Team IRT that was killed by kidnappers while on a rescue mission in Delta State on Monday was recovered yesterday. Meanwhile, fresh facts have emerged on how the yet to be disclosed number of FIRT were killed. Though sources informed that 9 of them died in the ambush, the Delta State Police Command was still mute on the number of deaths as at yesterday. Vanguard gathered that no fewer than 20 detectives went on the rescue mission of some abducted person in a forest at Bensiga community in Ugeli area of Delta State. Penultimate day after detecting the location of kidnappers, then through what was described as cutting-edge technology. At a point in the forest, it was learned that the mobile phone network went dead. It could not be ascertained whether it was in connection with the general destruction of communication network witnessed on Monday and Tuesday in some parts of the country. 2 of the slain policemen were said to have sent messages via SMS and WhatsApp to their boss informing him of the network failure. Perhaps if there was network, they would have called for backup as it made it difficult for them to call for reinforcement, a source said. Police sources who spoke with our news platform said it is sad that our colleagues died and there is dead silence everywhere as if our lives don't count. Yes, they went on a rescue mission. The message one of them sent to their boss informing him about network failure is there to prove that they were actually in the ambush. They were ambushed by the kidnappers who were suspected to be herdsmen. One of them was Inspector Abe Olu. He told some of us that when he came back from the operation, he would take action on some things we discussed. He was also supposed to be paired with another team for the operation, but he joined the Bensiga team because the other operation was postponed. When contacted, the Delta State Police Command Public Relations Officer Bright Edefe expressed surprise at the report of the 9 deaths. Attempts to get the reaction of the first public relations officer, Muyiwa Adejobi, failed as his phone rang out without response. However, sources at the Delta State Police Command told our news platform that the police would come up with a statement on the incident soon. Sources said things would be done appropriately Even if someone dies, there is a way to divulge the news, especially because of members of their families. You don't expect the families to hear of their breadwinner's death on the pages of newspaper. There is an appropriate way to do it. Meanwhile, some of the officers identified as Inspector Abe Olobom, Sergeant Ayere Paul, and Sergeant Siri Obretim, and three others drafted from PMF 51 whose identity could not be ascertained, as currently missing after the attack. Effort to contact the Delta State Police Relation Officer, Edefa Bright, was not successful, as calls to his mobile line and text messages sent were not replied nor returned at press time. According to a senior security officer from the Delta State Police Command, Asaba, a team of police officers from the Intelligence and Response Squad, Abuja, in collaboration with PMF 51 O'Hara and Anti-Kidnapping Squad from the State Police Command, Asaba, had gone to Agadama in Uweru community in search of the three officers that were declared missing. The combined team came under heavy gunfire. We suspected them Fulani herdsmen and three of our men, Inspector Abe Olubun, Sergeant Ayere Paul, and Sergeant Suri Obretim, and three other personnel from PMF 51, whose details we cannot give, got missing during the encounter. About 15 of our police officers are currently missing in the encounter, while the prime suspect, Moses Progress, who was brought from Asaba, had also escaped during exchange of gun battle between the police and the suspected Fulani herdsmen. During the process, one of our personnel, Inspector Ekende Edwin, held captive by the hoodlum, was able to escape. The sources added. And that is that on the issue of insecurity in the country. But why I am bringing up this issue, about how they take by, these officers and those who are responsible, is for the world, to understand and note that insecurity is ravaging in every part of Nigeria. In every part of that contraption called Nigeria, the issue of insecurity is ravaging the whole country. So, because of those, who we continue to hit on the indigenous people of Biafra, or Simon Èkpá, because assuming this issue of this insecurity, got or happened directly in Imo State, we would have been hearing different stories. We would have been hearing different stories. Definitely. You see the so-called media outlets calling on the indigenous people of Biafra, or calling them, the leader, the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, as the one, constituting the menace or causing the insecurity. But you can see it that, the indigenous people of Biafra, the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, and the Biafran Liberation Army has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the insecurity ravaging the state. They don't have anything to do with it. We must understand this. We need to understand this. They totally have nothing. They totally have no business in the issue of the insecurity. No be say person they fight them, for the freedom of him people. Now he make them be threat or be terrorists, to the people. The fact is that the Nigerian government will never change. The fact that the Nigerian government will never stop this their, this their game of bringing a lot of accusations against indigenous people. the Fulani herdsmen, the bandits, that the Nigerian government should be concerned about. Because these are their problem. These people are the one killing their officers on daily basis. On daily basis. On daily basis. Why we are hearing this is because of the fact that, in as much as Delta State is also part of Biafraland, but Delta State has not actually been in the forefront for the Biafran struggle. There are major areas where these things are happening. For example, assuming this issue happened in Southeast, I say Southeast, in Imo State or Anambra State, you could have been hearing something that the Biafran Liberation Army or Simon Èkpá boys, were the one who caused this issue, or who led to the death of these police officers. But that is the reality. It don't happen. Things don't happen. And they don't buy at least 9 police officers and still counting. That's what the matter be. Thank you once again for joining us on this wonderful YouTube platform. Do not forget to subscribe, and do not forget to share this news to as many groups, to as many platforms as possible.